Boker Tov, good morning. We continue with our 3-minute daily dose of Torah, having established a new read of what it means to be, for Potifar to be the Sar HaTabachim, as meaning to say he's the chief executioner. And I brought up the fact that, that means you don't cross this man. You better be really careful with this man. And it's such a fascinating, once you have that in your mind, not only that merely that he is a minister of the king, but that's his role, you now understand the power that Mrs. Potifar has in trying to seduce Yosef, and knowing that she's got a powerful husband that can somehow or another, I don't know exactly. You can work out all the dynamics. There's a lot of ways in which you could read that story, and the story happens as you perhaps recall. It happens. She seduces him. He says no, and he refuses her advance when she has him alone, and he slips out of his cloak in her hands, and then she claims, as you remember the story, that now she runs out saying, that terrible, slave boy tried to have his way with me. And let's pick that up there. She's screaming that this is what happens when I cried out, because no one was in the house. I cried out, and I called, and he left his garment in my hand and by me, and he fled. Vayihi Chishmo Adonai b'divrei ishto, when his master heard the words of his wife, when Potifar heard what Mrs. Potifar had said. Asher dibra elav, which she had spoken to him, lemor kadrim ha'ela sali avdecha, such and such things, these terrible things, your servant did to me. Vayichar apo, and he was enraged. Vayikach Adonai Yosef oto, vayitneu el beit hasohar, makom asher asiri hamelech asurim, vayihisham bebeit hasohar. And they took Yosef's masters, interesting, Adonai Yosef, the masters of Yosef, took him, and what should have happened to him? Just try to imagine this in your head, right? The chief executioner has his wife claiming that his servant boy, who he had trusted over so much in his household, right, had attempted to rape his wife. So what should have happened to Yosef? You tell me the answer. You know the answer. He should have been brought out that very moment to be executed. Without doubt. He is a slave boy. The accusations are there, and that's what should have happened. Instead, he places him in the Beit HaSohar, in the prison, the place where the criminals against the office of the king are imprisoned, and there he was. And soon he rises to a significant role within the prison. I want you to understand what these words, I think, mean. And if we have the story as we're reading it, that Yosef was that Potifar is the executioner, it's pretty clear to me as I read this that Potifar doesn't believe his wife. He knows his wife really well. He knows clearly what her straying eyes are and the ways in which she behaves, and all the possible ways to read it. I will just point out to you. Initially, we talked about defining him as Sris Paro, as a eunuch, and there's some who read it that way, that he's the chief executioner, but he's also incapable of having children with her, and so she's looking for her pleasures somewhere else. That's what a eunuch really was. Okay, just put that back there. But one way or another, the fact that he doesn't execute him shows that he actually believes Yosef to be an honest man who didn't do the things that he was accused of. He has no choice but to imprison him, to remove him from his role, but he's not going to kill him. And it's on that basis, of course, that he can rise to power later on, when he's freed from the prison, in the storyline that follows. Hope that was a reading that was meaningful to you and interesting to you. Wishing you all a great day.